was one pain that goes down the back and underneath the shoulder blade. I thought that was going to be there permanently. That was just something I had to deal with, right? And now that's gone away as well.
So, Hugh, what was kind of going on when you initially, before you came to see us?
So, some fairly serious pain down the back of my neck, but concerning was down the back of my arm and into my forearm. So, limiting on what I could do with it. How I'd actually have to raise it and keep it up to try and get rid of the pain. It affected me at night too for sleeping. Couldn't sleep on that side of the door.
And how long is that going on?
It's probably about 4 months on and off. And then thinking back, it was actually on and off last year as well. So, but then it got continuous.
Right. And you said you didn't want to get it looked at until hunting season. How did hunting season go?
It went well.
Okay, good. Stock up the freezer.
Yeah.
Good. And so then you found us. How was your experience with us here?
I love the communication. It was like treatment is one thing, but the fact that I got everything explained to me on what to expect. And then the follow-up afterwards to see if there was anything that after our first treatment, to see if anything was wrong, how I was feeling that night. I've never had that before, and that was really good. So the communication's excellent. I knew what to expect, got the exercises, worked through them, great communication. So.
And did everything go as expected?
It went better than expected. I think we're 4 visits in today. And I actually expected that I was going to be about 3 to 4 months. So it went way better than expected.
That's awesome. And so you're saying actually before that things were feeling a little even better than when you first came in, or before the arm pain started?
Yeah, I felt that there was one pain that goes down the back and underneath the shoulder blade. I thought that was going to be there permanently. That was just something I had to deal with, right? And now that's gone away as well. So
that's awesome.
Really good.
What I'm hearing you say is we got you better too fast instead of taking a couple months like you expected.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are some things that you're able to do now that was really bothering you before and you couldn't really do?
I think the biggest thing for me is the 2 biggest things. One is sleeping, being able to not have the problem waking up at night and through my neck, and particularly in my neck and into my left shoulder. And the second thing is driving with the comfort, having to always struggle to try and find a comfort zone where to put that arm to get rid of the pain. I don't have that problem anymore.
Sometimes people, especially with their necks and chiropractors, they get a little nervous. You know, they don't want their neck cracked. What would you say is your experience here with that?
Well, we talked through about, I forget what it is, neck release or whatever it's called for getting that. And I had that done once, and it didn't work well for me. So the alternative was the stretching exercises, stretching here that we did, and then exercises that I did at home, and those worked out really well. I mean, just knowing that I didn't know before that I had arthritis in my neck, so big finding there as well. So now doing those neck exercises and knowing that the reason my neck sounds like a gravel truck is because of the arthritis, then that's okay.
Right, and even though you have arthritis, though, you still don't have any pain in it, right? It's feeling awesome.
No, I'm good.
That's awesome. Anything else you'd like to share? Sometimes people are a little skeptical trying the chiropractor for different types of issues. What's something you might say to someone who's a little hesitant that might be dealing with similar problems?
Well, it's funny you mention that, because I was always in the camp of, I'm not sure that chiropractic actually does things. I've had, and I've shared that with you before, I've had a lot of injuries, and sports-related injuries, some work-related, and you can't fix everything with surgery. And I also have found over time that physiotherapy doesn't fix everything. And I've had a couple of really serious issues that a chiropractor fixed for me. And so having this as a first choice for me now, taking a look at some of the things, like when I tore my shoulder, obviously that isn't a chiropractor thing, but once I get it healed, if I couldn't get the range of motion out of that, a chiropractor would be the first place I go rather than physiotherapy, because it seems to be understanding the joints, understanding what you can do, your limitations on it, And I've had, like with you, working through the types of exercises I do, right or wrong, you get advice on those, and then you build your program. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
but the trick is to stick with the program.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons you do so well is you're so diligent on your program, and you're like on it, and you do all the work, and you put the effort in, you put the time in, you put the work in, and that's one of the reasons that didn't take, I think, 3 months like you were thinking.
But kudos to you, you added to the program.
So what would be something you might say to someone who's a little hesitant to come in, or anything you'd like to share that I haven't asked you?
Don't be afraid. Come in, find, particularly like with yourself, open communication. Tell them what you want, what hurts, and what does. That's the thing too, is if it hurts, say something about it. That it's not always just the doctor or the chiropractor that's going to solve this. Some of this you got to solve on your own. But boy, they can provide a huge amount of advice on how to get you ahead and how to make it work.